scientific advance, we can destroy all life on Earth if we really try to with thermonuclear bombs.
Before, we just didn't have the access to as much information as we do now.
Well, I was making a movie. Left the chip out in the...
You know, I still can't figure this stupid technology out.
High School Musical actually still has like over 3 million Twitter followers, and I'm just over 100,000.
I don't want Facebook friends. I want real friends.
Let me tell you why I'm really here. I'm here to talk about this fantastic film we're working on called Since 45 and the Extraordinary House of History. I grew up with ever-changing technology and television. I still remember all the shows I used to watch as a kid, The Wild Wild West, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Love American Style, Mission Impossible, where, you know, the guy would be wearing like a fake head or something and it would look absolutely real, and then at the end he'd pull it off and you'd see his own face underneath. And as a kid I would go, that makes sense. But let me show you what the meat of this project is all about.
Over 30 years ago, a child of the media generation got hold of a camera crew, walked into an old urban townhouse, and shared a witty, personal view of how he grew up with mass media, and it became a hit. Since 45 won the Student Academy Award, premiering at Filmex in LA, invited into the New York Film Festival, and it's still shown all over the world. Now Since 45 continues time travel as a full feature production. The first third of the new adventure is the original half hour, with irreplaceable house guests cleverly woven into the new production. From its first release, Since 45 pushed our buttons. It touched a nerve in the American psyche. One famous broadcast journalist fell in love with it.
Stand by for something entirely different. It's not a factual report in the traditional journalistic sense. It's an essay, a collection of ideas and perceptions of filmmaker and writer Michael Korolenko. You'll see and hear him yourself because he acts as his own guide through his house of history.
It's been over 30 years since I've been in this house of history, and since I've come back, both media and technology have changed exponentially. Harlan Ellison has said that for kids today, history is what they had for breakfast. Nobody's seen history and change quite like this. We're going to serve a smorgasbord.
New technology is something we all have to deal with. There are some basics that will never change, and that is content.
I grew up in Russia, and a lot of the time that's what happened. We had one channel and one newspaper, and they could write whatever they wanted. No one actually knew the truth.
We track American revolutions in media technology, science and engineering in the media, entertainment and recreation.
The commercials are the mind wash, and the television shows are the filler.
The gift any creative medium can give the audience is their imagination.
And we look at the future and watch recent historical events as experienced through mass media.
Saturday night is the fact that you're seeing an ongoing theatrical performance, whether we succeed or fail. And I think that was the magic of early television, was that it too was live, you know.
Where do you see comedy going from here?
Into the dumper. I think there will be no more comedy after a couple of years.
Things are just not going to be that funny in a couple of years, you know what I mean?
People are losing their senses of humor.
We shot the original Since 45 in 16mm film. The new version we're shooting in digital high resolution, using CGI for special effects. Animation, interviews will all look terrific.
I wanted to get as close as possible to events that, for me, exist only through the media.
We started new production in the summer of 2010. I wanted to talk to someone who was using technology to inspire that kind of awe and wonder. We've been shooting ever since.
Everybody in this business is a little bit off, and I like that. I like that. Everybody, especially the people that interview you.
With your help, we're building an amazing feature.
For the NSYNC film, 2 theaters that have digital projectors.
We have wonderful house guests with expertise in all domains, with more coming from all over the country.
There's really no guesswork in it.
I don't charge them any rent. Harlan, you in there?
Come on in, Korolenko. Sit down. You look like a schmuck just standing there looking uneasy.
You've been pretty tough to find.
I have a room on every floor of this house.
Maybe I should be charging you rent.
It was nice talking to you.
Around here, time is a place. Each floor a different decade. Each door leading to unexpected faces and places. There are surprises everywhere.
Thanks to scientific advance, we can destroy all life on Earth if we really try to with thermonuclear bombs.
Here in the basement, we come upon this comic convention.
Beauty is not all about one size, one shape, one color. It's tattoos, it can be piercings, it's whatever you want it to be.
I'm still there.
The comic book medium, you think it'll continue? You think it'll be around in 25, 50 years?
Oh yes, it will continue. Art is always needed.
I hope you're right.
You have kids that are a whiz at the computer by the time they're 6. But there's a trade-off. They're not reading the books. They're not, looking at the written material. They're not holding it in their hands.
Continuing the original motif, we'll discover historical artifacts and iconic props peppered all around.
I think they're going to start bringing back actors that have died years ago.
I haven't heard that one before. So actors will be obsolete? How?
I think you're going to start seeing CG Elvis. You're going to start seeing CG Humphrey Bogart.
We're always imagining the future. This whole rich tradition in literature and film of science fiction of where are we going?
Artists, pioneers, researchers, visionaries, celebrities from many realms bring alive what they shaped. Events and ideas as I experience them through mass media. We've got an epic show on our hands. The house is an extraordinary hypermedia construct, taking us anywhere we need to go, to anyone who helps bring recent change alive. Until then, I'll see you in either the past, present, or future.